Welcome back to the Nuxeo platform Quickstart video series. This video shows you how to build a Nuxeo Studio project to implement the logic defined in the previous video. You'll learn configuration principles and the configuration relationship between Nuxeo Studio Designer and Nuxeo Studio Modeler. If you want a more detailed look at configuration, we recommend that you check out the other videos in the resources section. The first step is to configure the Nuxeo server version you're using so that Nuxeo Studio gives you access to the associated configuration items. In our case, we're using the Nuxeo platform LTS 2017. Then select the packages you've deployed. We're using Nuxeo Web UI, and we also need to add Nuxeo DAM as we'll be dealing with images. Let's create a document type to store building pictures. In Nuxeo Studio Modeler, we create a new entry from Content Model, then Document Types. As a 3D drawing, our building document type should inherit all properties and features from the picture document type already available on the platform. This way, we don't have to create existing properties or generate existing layouts. We upload the document icons, but we won't modify the rest of the definition panel. We'll keep the default document lifecycle, and we'll want our building pictures to be created in the same containers or folder types. Let's switch to the Schema tab in order to create custom document properties. The project code, which is a string, will indicate in the advanced settings that this property is required. The building type, the building surface as a float, the building activities, a multi-valued property, and the building delivery date. You may have noticed that we didn't need to create more commonly used properties such as title, author, or modification date, because they're inherited from the picture document type. To finish up our configuration, let's set a list of values for the building type property. Create a simple vocabulary and link this vocabulary to the property. Here we create the simple vocabulary VOC building type and add some entries and save. Then we select the building type property and link it to the vocabulary we've just created. Now let's use a structure template to automatically create some folders each time we create a new workspace. So I create a new structure template definition linked to the workspace document type. I create one for the mockups and drawings, then another with 3D modelization, and one more for promotional videos. Now let's create a basic search screen to find our building pictures. First, we need to create a page provider. Then we can narrow the query search to find only building pictures and not folders or other picture files in the NXQL query. Then we add all the required query criteria. If we want to search for pictures with the project code, we'll add a predicate. Select the property, choose Search Operator, and add some hints like a full text search on the field. We can also search by delivery date. In this case, use an aggregate search by date range. Finally, we want to search by building type. As this property is linked to a vocabulary, it's interesting to use an aggregate with the type terms, so that the search form displays the possible options. Finally, I'll add a quick filter to list only building pictures created in 2018. Business logic is implemented with automation chains and automation scripting. You can create automation chains without having to write any code. Let's create one to watermark a picture, save it as a PDF, and download it to our desktop. Once the automation chain is initialized, just drag and drop the different operations in the right order, making sure the output of one operation corresponds to the input of the next one. So our operation fetches the document we're browsing, retrieves a small rendition of the picture, converts it to PDF, and adds a watermark with the user and export date. Our configuration is now finished on Nuxeo Studio Modeler. Let's go to Designer. First, we'll create the document type layouts for our building pictures. Click on the Designer pill and choose the Custom Document Type in the Layouts tab. Select Create, View, Edit, and Metadata, and generate the layouts. Nuxeo Studio will automatically scaffold all the properties belonging to the document type. All you need to do is delete, add, or move the properties which are displayed. You can add new properties using the catalog display on the right. You can edit a property display configuration by clicking on it, or if you're an advanced user, you can switch to the HTML code view. Now we'll create the search form and the associated result layouts. You can automatically generate the search form and the results screen with the Configure button. The search configuration is located on the same tab in the Page Provider section. So we create the search form and the result layouts. There are several search result views. We'll edit the table view in order to add our custom properties in the results columns, such as the creation date and the project code. Now let's create a new menu item to display our custom search. Click on the Bind Your Search link. Then we just set a name, label, icon, the position, and the needed schemas. You can even restrict the display of the menu with filters. Let's display it only to administrators. You can also access these configurations from the left menu items submenu. Finally, let's create a button to trigger the automation chain we defined in Nuxeo Studio Modeler, which watermarks the building pictures. Click on the UI tab and then on the Actions submenu. We need an operation button to use our automation chain. Give it a name, label, and position in which to be displayed. Let's add the button to Document Actions. Then bind the document we're reading as input. and select the name of our automation chain. Please note that we've checked the Download checkbox so that the generated file is downloaded to our machine. Nuxeo Studio includes an application templates library composed of studio projects and samples that you can use as a basis for your own project. This lets you import new document types, life cycles, workflows, and features to your project as a template which you can then edit to adapt it to your project. The Nuxeo Studio project we've just presented is available as an external template, which you can import to your project simply by searching, then clicking the Import This Package button. This course was just a quick overview of what you can do to test out Nuxeo platform. Nuxeo Studio is designed to handle much more complex business logic with advanced configurations like custom branding, advanced workflows, custom image conversion operations, and plenty more. If you need to add custom code to your application, you can use our code generator, Nuxeo CLI. The magic of Nuxeo is that you can define operations in your code and expose it to Studio so that they can be reused. Thanks for watching!